Okay, and we're about to get underway here today as we're at Fremd High School, as the Fremd Vikings will be taking on the South Elgin Storm here on your HETV Game of the Week. I'm Jeff Randolph bringing you the game today, and it's a lovely day actually. The sun is shining. It's a little bit chilly, but definitely warmer than it has been in the last few weeks here. So we're looking for a great contest here as we're bringing you the HETV Game of the Week live from Palatine at Fremd High School. So we have both teams warming up here. Fremd will be taking the field. And the starting pitcher today for Fremd will be Jack Miller, the 5'8" senior. Right-hander is going to be starting it off here for the Vikings. So it should be a very interesting game today here as we're very close to getting underway. Nice steady breeze. We'll see how that affects the ball and the travel today, and also the pitching of our both pitchers on both sides. As we're about to get underway here, number 4, Dane Topple, the shortstop for the South Elgin Storm, is going to be the leadoff hitter. And here we go with the first pitch. A little low, ball 1. So batter ahead so far in the count here, 2-0. And a strike, great pitch. Go down the throw. All right, Topple rounds first on that one, single. Matt Gura, the third baseman, will probably be charged with an error on that one. So first game here, this is a game that was actually supposed to be played on March 25th, and here we are now on April 21st, finally getting the game in. So Nick Mencken, number 18, for the South Elgin Storm, is in the box now. The officials just making sure to close the gate there over on the other side of the field is what it looks like. So as we take a quick time out here, Jack Miller is going to continue to throw some pitches and keep warm out here. Okay, and it seems that all will be good. As both head coaches for the team are making their way back to their respective sides. We have our umpires regaining their position on the field. We should be right back underway here. Okay, center fielder Nick Mencken waiting at bat here. Nice toss, and we're trying to keep him a little bit modest over there. It's Dane Topple. It's a pretty impressive lead there over at first base. Gets that one down. Miller, smartly enough, has to go to first base. They move the base runner along. So great sacrifice there by Mencken. So left-hander Ryan Newsoff's going to come in. So we've one out and a runner on second base. First one goes in there for a ball. Fouls that one off. Got a 1-1 count on the batter. So 1-1 and with one out so far here. So we're in the bottom or the very top of the first. One goes over to second. He moves Topple along here. So 2 outs with a runner on third for the South Elgin Storm here in the top of the first. That's number 28, Antonio Denisi. He's the DH today, batting here in a cleanup spot. Miller winds up. Strike. This pitcher takes a 0-1 lead in the count. Looks like he's going to foul that one off too as well. 0-2 to Denisi. Here with 2 outs. So after giving up after reaching base on an error on that first batter there, Vikings are looking to get out of this one pretty easily. 1-2 count now on the batter. A little bit low, 2-2 out of Denisi. Swing and a miss. They throw him out at first just to make it happen. So on that one, no runs, no hits, and 1 error. So at the end of 1/2 inning, it is 0-0 here at Fremd High School. Okay, we're about to get ready here for the bottom half of the first inning. And the center fielder, Alan Nude, is up for the Vikings. Next pitch, that one doesn't quite get there. So 2-0 count so far. Makes contact on that one. Shortstop takes that one, and he's out. Great pickup by the shortstop Topel there for the South Elgin Storm. In the number 2 spot, we have the first baseman for the Fremd Vikings. That is Austin Jattel. Second one, he takes that one long. It's going a little deep. And the center fielder is able to pull that one in. Good job by center fielder Nick Menken of the South Elgin Storm to track that one down. Got two down here so far in the bottom of the first. Still scoreless. Number 28, Ian Bonds in. And swings at the first pitch, pops it up to left field. The left fielder has that in order to end the inning. So after one, still nothing here at Fremd High School for your HETV Game of the Week. Okay, we're back to get underway here. Danny Asa, the left fielder, recorded the last out of the last inning. He's going to lead off inning here for the Storm. First pitch is the ball. That one from Miller a little low. So a 2-0 count. Fouls that one off. Two and two count here to Asa. Here as he leads off. Top of the second for the South Elgin Storm. He strikes him out. Great pitch selection there by Miller. So one down here so far in the second inning. And stepping up to the plate now is number 12, Kyle Hayes. He's playing third base today for the South Elgin Storm. Miller with the windup and the pitch. A little high and inside. It's going to be ball one. Fouled that one off. That one skips in, not quite making it there. Fouled that one off. So Hayes getting a good couple of cuts here and so far at this at bat against Miller. Hayes is in the box, and Miller goes to the windup and the pitch. Swings and misses. So two strikeouts so far here to start off the second inning for Miller. Looking good. Keeping those batters modest. So now number 13, Tyler Brown. I'm sorry, that is not Tyler Brown. That is Zach Baird who's going to be in there. And he's playing right field today for the South Elgin Storm. Got him swinging again. Got him to chase again. And there we go. So 4 strikeouts there for Miller so far in the game here. Going into the bottom of the second. Still nothing here at Fremd High School for your HETV Game of the Week. Okay, you're in the batter's box and about to get ready here. Number 23, Matt Rosman, the junior for Fremd. is up to bat here to lead off here in the bottom of the second for the Vikings. Max playing right field today for these Vikings here as they host the South Elgin Storm. So we'll wind up in the pitch. That's a strike. Max down there too. It's down 0-2 so far. That one just above the shoulders. So 1-2 is the count. Oh, and Rosman gets it. He'll be taking the base on that one. So the leadoff batter in this inning is on base. So senior Matt Gura is now up. He's playing third base today for these Vikings. Batting left-handed, of course, here. Let's see if he can move Mac Rossman over to second here with this at bat. Puts down a good bunt and makes it happen. Great sacrifice there by Matt Gura, the third baseman. Now the shortstop Marcus Middlebrook will be batting here. Seeing if he can get the first run of the game here for both teams. Six-foot senior is playing shortstop today. That one's in the dirt. Ball one. That one was a little bit inside. So 2-0 here so far to Middlebrook. So the catcher Nate Bromell is taking some time to go out and talk to the pitcher, settle him down a little bit here. One out with a runner on second base here so far for the Vikings here in the bottom of the second. Middlebrooks in the batter's box. From the stretch. There's a strike. So maybe that talk did some good for the pitcher. Rosman went to first on being hit by a pitch and was able to move over to second due to the sacrifice by Matt Gura. So 3-1 count now to Middlebrook here. From the stretch. So full count now to the batter. And that one's fouled down the third base line. He's keeping alive here in the count. So Vikings are looking to make something happen here so far in this scoreless game here in the bottom of the second. Max from a stretch, fouls that one off. That one was way over his head. So base on balls for the Vikings. 1 out with 2 on. The DH, Austin, is going to be coming in. Tom Austin, the 6-foot junior, is in the batter's box. He's looking to make things happen here for the Vikings. He has a hit to right. Rossman tagged up, but he's going to stay there. Backed up there, so we have 2 outs with 2 on here in the bottom of the second. That pop up by Austin, the left fielder. Montgomery is going to be coming up. Dan Montgomery is a 5'11" senior here for the Fremd Vikings. Batting left-handed, of course. As he steps into the batter's box. Montgomery's ready for the pitch. And Max steps off of the rubber to keep these runners honest here. So Montgomery standing in the box. Pops that one up. Left center. And the left fielder has it. So, after 2 innings, still scoreless here at Fremd High School for your HETV Game of the Week. So Nate Brummel, the number 8 catcher for the South Elgin Storm, is leading off here as we start the top of the third. Takes that first pitch as a ball. Second one goes in there and just misses. 2-0 so far to Nate Brummel for the South Elgin Storm. Pretty good job so far here by Jack Miller. He struck out 4 so far in the contest. As he goes 3-0 to the catcher for the South Elgin Storm. And on 4 pitches just like that, walks the leadoff batter for the South Elgin Storm here. So number 19, Jared Kramer, is coming in. He's a second baseman for the South Elgin Storm. Steps in the box here. Goes in. Bunt attempt, and that's going to be a strike. Failed a bunt attempt there by Jared Kramer. Throw over to first by Miller. He's going to make sure that that leadoff batter that he has doesn't get too far of a lead and try to steal here on the Vikings in order to set up a run here for the Storm. Bunt goes down. Miller fields it very well. A good sacrifice there by Kramer. So we're back to the top of the order here for the Elgin Storm. So shortstop Topple goes up. Dane Topple, number 4. He's looking to get Elgin their first run of the game here, as we're still scoreless here at the top of the 3rd inning. He puts that one into center field. Runner's going to have to go back on that. So that first pitch swing there by Topple doesn't help out the Storm really at all. Now the center fielder, number 18, Nick Menken, in. Menken's in the dirt. And trying to steal third there. Wow, he was thrown out. Excellent throw by the catcher for the Vikings, Bond. And just like that, it's the end of the inning. So still scoreless. Well, at least the end of the top half of the third inning. So after 2.5, we're still scoreless here at Fremd High School. Here on your HETV Game of the Week. Okay, we're ready to get started. Back here again. Dylan Fisher, number 3, is in the batter's box for Fremd Vikings. He's playing second base today. First pitch he swings at and misses. 0-1 in the count. Fisher makes contact on that one, but goes foul. 2 strikes in the count so far here for Fisher. That pitch a little low, that's a ball. So Fisher looking to get something ignited here for the Vikings offense here. We still have a 0-0 contest after 3. Ball goes in, grounded to short, and the shortstop didn't get down enough for that one. That'll be a base hit there for Dylan Fisher. Good job by the senior second baseman. So the center fielder comes up and gives a good bunt. But hard time fielding that one. Air and throw. Fisher goes to third on that one. He's going to round. So on a throwing error, we have runners at first and third with nobody out here in the top of the third for the Vikings. Excellent opportunity here. See how the Vikings will handle this one. Baseman's in there. Left-handed batter looking to get the first runs of the game here for the Vikings. First pitch is a little high. Ball 1. So we have runners at first and third here. Jet a little low. 2-0. Jettle. So 3-0 here. This pitcher's down in this count. And on 4 pitches, the bases are now loaded here for the Vikings. Next up is the catcher, Ian Bond. Number 3 looking to make something happen here. Bases loaded, nobody out here for the Vikings. First one in there for the strike. Down in the count 0-2 so far. Good job of Bond of making the pitcher throw some strikes here. He's had some problems with that so far here in this inning. He's down in the count 0-2 so far. Third one makes contact. Over to 2. And it's a double play, but they did score on that one. So an RBI for Bond as the Vikings are up here 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. So third baseman Matt Gura is going to be up to bat here, number 5. I'm sorry, that's going to be Mac Rossman. Gura will be on deck. That was a strike on that one. As Rossman stands in there. And solid contact base hit for Rossman. So a solid single. And now as prematurely introduced before, we have Matt Gura, third baseman for the Vikings, coming up. So it's a strike in there to Gura. Good pitch. That one misses ball to Matt Gura. Fouls that one off. 2 strikes now in the count. Gura fouls that one off. Staying alive in the count here. 1-2 so far here in the bottom of the third. We have 2 outs here for the Vikings. They were able to score their first run. The RBI from Ian Bond. And that one's popped up and fouled. Goes in one of the yards here behind the baseball diamond here at the Fremd High School. And he strikes out. So after 3, Vikings were able to get 1 in that one. So after 3 innings, it's 1-0 here at Fremd High School with the Vikings on top of the South Elgin Storm. So number 22, Ryan Newtoff, is on deck as number 18 for the Storm, Nick Menken, goes in. And that pitch from Miller is a ball. So 1-0. 1-0 so far here in the count. Start off 4th inning. At the bottom of the third, the Vikings were able to get their first run. So great pitch by Miller. That's a strike. Menken takes a step. That's a ball. 2-1 the count here so far to Menken. Here in the top of the 4th. Miller had a great pitch there. Confused Menken a little bit. 2-2's the count. Rankin goes after that one, strikes out. Throw down the first just to keep it going. So strikeout for the leadoff batter right here. So 6 strikeouts so far here for Miller. Ryan Newtoff is in there now, left-handed batter for the South Elgin Storm. Newtoff's playing first base today. And a solid shot. It's going to put him on first. Good at bat by Newtoff there. So with 1 down here, got a runner on first. As the Storm's looking to make things happen here. Antonio Denisi, number 28, the DH, is now in the batter's box looking to make things happen for the South Elgin Storm. Going a little low by Miller. 1-0 this count. And second pitch, 2-0 right now to the DH. So Denisi awaits the pitch from Miller. Swings on that one. That one goes to left field. Very playable for Montgomery. We have 2 outs now here in the top of the 4th. So number 10, Danny Asa, left fielder, is in there. Just missed with that one, did Miller. Swing and a miss. Looks like that was foul tipped, actually. So we have a 1-1 count now to Asa. Danny stands there in the batter's box. Pitcher Miller in the dirt. Newtoff's able to advance to second on that one. So with 2 down, we have a runner at second base here. And Danny would love to make something happen here for the South Elgin Storm. Swing and a miss. Very anxious, very much looking to make something happen for his team here. So they're down 1-0 here in the top of the 4th. And he strikes him out. Way to go, Miller, to get himself out of that jam. 7 strikeouts so far for Miller here. Okay, we're about to get ready here for the Viking half of the 4th inning here, as the Vikings are leading 1-0 here at Fremd High School for your HETV game of the week. So leading off this inning is Marcus Middlebrook. Marcus goes in there, and that one is a strike. So Middlebrook is the shortstop here for the Fremd Vikings. That one doesn't quite make the plate, so that's going to be 1-1. Marcus looking to, if we try to start something here and spark something to add on to this Viking lead. Fouls that one back. That's 1-2. good pitch in there by Max from the South Elgin Storm. That one, we have one down here in the Viking fourth, half of the fourth. So the DH, Tom Austin's in there. Comes that one, goes to the second baseman. Easy pickup and throws him out at first. So nice play there by second baseman Jared Kramer to get the second out of the inning. Number 16, Dan Montgomery's in the box now. And that curve threw him off a little bit there. So 0-2 in the count so far to Montgomery. He's playing left field today. Montgomery's hit with a pitch with that one, so he will be taking a base. So after an 0-2 count, gets hit with that third pitch and gets a base on that one. So free pass there for the Vikings. So number 3, Dylan Fisher, is now in the batter's box. Fisher puts that one down. Speedy, great move by Dylan Fisher. So we got 2 on with 2 out here as we're going back to the top of the lineup for the Vikings. The junior center fielder Cody's coming up. Cody batting left-handed, looking to make something happen here. Head on to that Viking lead. Fouls off the first pitch. That one's low. So 1-1 here so far in the count. Got 2 outs here in the Viking half of the fourth. Still winning 1-0 though, looking to add to that lead. And a nice solid hit. And here we go. So the bases are loaded. So with the bases loaded and 2 out here, the first baseman is coming up. Austin Jettleblatt, left-handed, looking to drive in and add to this Viking lead. So 2 outs so far here in the inning. Let's see what Austin can do. And that's a strike to the first baseman. 1-1 is the count. And he pops that one out. As that one lands on the roof of the house behind us. So as the catcher Brummel goes out to calm down Max a little bit there on the mound. Wants to make sure that the Storm come out of this one without any runs being scored by the Vikings. Let's see what Austin has to say about that. Solid hit, that's a pop-up. The left fielder gets that one. So after getting into trouble, no run scored there for the Vikings. So after 4 innings of play, it's still 1-0 in favor of the Fremd Vikings here on your HETV Game of the Week. Okay, we're back underway here. Third baseman number 12, Hayes, is in there for the South Elgin Storm here to start off the 5th inning. First pitch swings on. Grounder to third. Easily handled there by the third baseman for the Vikings, Gura, and we have 1 out. So good pitching performance so far here too by Jack Miller. Struck out 8 batters so far here. So number 2, Tyler Brown's in there. So Tyler Brown swings on. That one goes right to the second baseman. 2 outs so far.
Tried to do that one time. My schedule's easy during the day.
That one grounder to Gura. Gura wasn't able to handle that one. So with 2 outs, they have a runner on now. Does the South Elgin Storm here. Top of the 5th inning. So second baseman Kramer's coming in. Jared Kramer takes the first one for a strike.
Hey, no cookie.
Miller puts that one in the dirt. And with that pitch, Justin Britsky goes over to second base. So runner at second with 2 outs here. And time's called. Second baseman Jared Kramer looking to make something happen here for the South Elgin Storm as they are down 1-0 so far here in this contest. Downs in the dirt, he goes around. That's a strike. There's 2 strikes so far here against Jared Kramer, the second baseman. That one's popped up in the infield. Third baseman Gura gets it. They come out of that one unscathed. So after 4.5 here at Fremd High School, still 1-0 in favor of the home team Vikings. Here on your HETV Game of the Week. So Ian Bond stepping in. He's credited with the RBI that got the Vikings here on the board to start off the bottom half of the 5th inning here for the Vikings. Catcher Bond goes around with that one, and that's a strike. So Bond stepping in the batter's box, looking to lead off and get in here. Makes contact to the shortstop. Nice throw there by the shortstop for the Storm. Topple. There's one down here so far in the 5th inning for the Vikings. So Rosman, the right fielder, is in there. Yes, indeed he is. Fouls that one off. That one's a little bit low. That one low and outside as well. So Rosman, the right fielder, looking to make things happen here. So already have 1 out so far here for the Vikings here in their portion of the 5th inning. That one's low again. So 3-1. And he walks one. So 1 runner on and 1 out for the Vikings. Mecker, the third baseman, is now in the box for the Vikings, looking to add to this lead. Kerr puts it into play, goes to the shortstop. Was able to get one on that attempted double play there. Got the lead runner there at second base, but was safe at first base. Gurra was, as the first baseman was taken off the bag. So 2 outs here with a runner on first. Number 12, Marcus Middlebrook, the shortstop, is in there. Fouls that one off, does Marcus Middlebrooks. So back in the box goes Middlebrooks once again. Senior shortstop is awaiting the pitch from Max. And that one goes in for a strike. That one high. Another ball. And solid contact there by Middlebrooks. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. So Tom Austin's in the batter's box now. DH for the Vikings. And that one misses. Time is called. There was a mound visit by Brummel. Last time he was able to do that, he got his pitcher out of a jam, was able to calm down his pitcher enough. So let's see if it works for him this time here for the South Elgin Storm. Already down in this contest 1-0. They don't want to see the Vikings add to their lead. And time is called. Austin looking to keep focus. Austin, solid shot. Oh, shortstop was right there in order to intercept that one. So after 5, it's still 1-0. Fremd Vikings here on your HETV game of the week. Okay, shortstop Dane Topple, the leadoff batter, and also the #1 person in the batting order for the South Elgin Storm. So he lays down a bunt here. And that one stays fair. So leadoff batter is on board for the South Elgin Storm here to start off the 6th inning as they are down 1-0 here at Fremd High School. We're here for your HETV game of the week. My name is Jeff Randolph. And we're bringing you this action here from Palatine. Beautiful day out here so far. Vikings are up 1-0 here in this contest, but with no outs and a runner on first, South Elgin Storm are looking to get their first run here of the game. So Jack Miller's put on a really good performance so far here for the Vikings. Struck out 8 of the Storm players. So we'll see if that continues here for the Vikings. It's been pretty solid here thus far. Wind has died down just a tad. It is turning out to be a beautiful day here in Palatine. So number 18, Nick Menken, looking to make things happen here for the South Elgin Storm. Throw over to first to keep Topple in check. Menken takes that pitch. That one goes through. So runner on first and second here with nobody out for the Storm. Ryan Newtoff is in for South Elgin. And Miller steps off the rover, looks over at second base. Make sure Topple isn't taking too much of a lead. First one's in there for a ball. little hesitation move there by Miller. Throws a second, but topples in there without any hesitation. Utoff singles it in. Topples running, round in second, round in third. He's going to score. RBI for Ryan Utoff, so now 1-1. So we have a runner at first and third with nobody out here still for the South Elgin Storm here. The top of the sixth inning. So Antonio Denisi is in there. Wants to give the Storm their first lead of the game.
Hey Jack, how are you, buddy?
So that one's going to be possibly a pass ball there. Now they have the lead, South Elgin Storm. So nobody out on that pitch as well. Runner moves to second base, so we have a runner at second base with nobody out here for the South Elgin Storm. So Denisi puts that one down. Second baseman has no problem grabbing that one. But on that pitch as well, on that little grounder, the runner moves to third base. So Dylan Fisher had a nice pickup there for the Vikings. Easy ground out that he got over to the first baseman on that one. So Oss is up to bat. That one goes foul. So number 10, Danny Asa, looking to make things happen and kind of add to the lead here. 2-1 in favor of the Storm. And trying to steal home on that one. He's tagged out. So they got that runner at third there. So 2 outs now for the Storm. Pitch is high for Miller. That one goes to left field. So Danny Asa with a base hit for the South Elgin Storm. 2 outs here. So the aggressive play of the Storm there, getting caught down in that run down, trying to steal home plate. If they would just stayed there at third base, they would have had themselves another run, but that's okay. I'm sure Fremd is very happy that happened. So number 12, Kyle Hayes is in there right now. Hayes, the third baseman, takes a strike. So 1-1 to Kyle Hayes. And Miller with the pitch. That one's in the dirt. So Danny Asa goes to second base on that one. He was running with the pitch anyway. He was going to try to steal there too. So once that went in the dirt, it made things a little bit easier. So Kyle Hayes. Great stop down there by the first baseman, Jettle, but kept another run from scoring on that one. If that one would have went down the line, it was a good hustle, but wasn't able to get the out on that one. So runners at first and third here with 2 out. So Vikings are going to meet at the mound and kind of get a defensive strategy going here. Regroup a little bit. Tyler Brown, number 2, is going to be up to bat here for the Storm once we get things underway here again. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change here too. Alex Strummel's going to be coming in. Left-handed junior for the Vikings. So great outing for Miller there. Just had some problems here in this top half of the 6th inning. So as the left-hander comes in here, there's already 2 outs in the inning. Just looking to keep the Storm humble. So 2-1 in favor of the South Elgin Storm here. So Alex Strummel getting his warm-up pitches in there. So we'll see how Tyler Brown responds to the left-hander being in there. So the game has got a little bit more competitive here in the 6th inning, with the Storm getting both of their runs here in this top half. Okay, we're about to get back underway here. Alex Strummel's come in, number 4 for the Vikings, as he replaces Jack Miller. First pitch is a strike. Number 2, Tyler Brown for the South Elgin Storm. Swings and misses on that one. So Strummel, the left-hander. Good pitch, 0-2. So 0-2, 2 outs. We have a runner at first and third here for the Storm. It looks like we have a runner in a rundown there. So smart play there, trying to get any more runs here for the Storm. Good call by the Vikings just to keep a hold of that one. Number 12, Marcus Middlebrook, displaying excellent baseball acumen on that. Strummel with the pitch. Down to second. Over to first for the out. Strummel comes in and retires the one batter that he faces. So after 5.5, we're going to be going into the bottom of the 6th here at Fremd High School with the South Elgin Storm on top, 2-1 here for your HETV Game of the Week. So Dan Montgomery swings and misses at that first pitch there. Second pitch is in the dirt. 1-1 count now to Dan Montgomery. Left fielder swings and fouls that one off. 1-2. So we're here in Palatine at Fremd High School. It is 2-1 in favor of the South Elgin Storm here on your HETV Game of the Week. Montgomery takes the pitch. That one's a little bit low. 2-2 is the count. So Dan standing in the batter's box with a little bit of authority. And that slow one just misses. Good eye by Montgomery. Swing and a miss on that one. Montgomery strikes out. So leadoff batter here. Strikes out for the Vikings. So number 3, Dylan Fisher is in. Second baseman. That's a strike. So nice shot by Fisher. Second baseman is right there to handle that one. So Jared Kramer snags that one for the Storm. That's 2 outs now for the Vikings. Now stepping up to the plate is number 9 for the Vikings. And Cody looking to make something happen here.
Hey, middle, Jared. Copy your way, left side.
Good thought by Cody. That one was in the dirt. That one is 1-0 now. It's the pitch count. Fouls that one up.
Right there.
1-2 now. To Cody, we have 2 outs here. There's a ball. Swings and fouls that one back. So Cody looking to stay alive here. Wants a spark, make something happen here in the bottom half of the 6th here for the Vikings. Good eye by Cody. Takes that ball. Swing and a miss. So 3 up and 3 down here for the Vikings in the bottom half. First pitch goes into a strike, for a strike. Number 8, Nate Brummel, catcher for the South Elgin Storm. They're up 2-1 so far. Second pitch goes in, that's a ball. So 2-1 is now the count. Alex Stremmel, number 4, is in there. The left-hander came in relief. Jack Miller couldn't handle that one. So the leadoff batter is on base, Nate Brummel. Stands on first with nobody out here in the top of the 7th. So second baseman Jared Kramer is now up to bat. Swings on. Let's see if this one loops in. Great play by the second baseman in order to snag that one. Dylan Fisher stepped onto the grass. Got that little bloop. 1 out for the Elgin Storm. South Elgin Storm, that is. So number 4 is in there. Dane Topple. Nice move over to first base by Alex Strummel. But he did come on in relief of Jack Miller. We didn't have a great pitching performance, we just got a little bit of trouble. And that's where the 2 runs for the South Elgin Storm came in. Topple swings on. That one goes foul. Strummel's pitch is fouled off once again. Dane Topple, the number 1 batter there. And that's an out. So center fielder Nick Menken now in the batter's box for the South Elgin Storm. And Strummel's had him go around on that pitch. That's going to be a ball. A little bit low. So 2-0 the count here so far on Menken. Swing on, that one goes deep. That one hits all the way back to the fence. Pounding third. Number 5, Justin Brisky gets in and scores on that one. So we'll count that as a double for Menken. It is now 3-1 in favor of the Storm. Newtoff, first baseman, is in. Well, that's a solid shot down the line, but that's going to be foul. So Newtoff stands back in the ball here. Lefty-lefty matchup. Strummel gets that one in low. That's a ball. Swings on that one. It's a high pop up to right field. 2 outs, a runner is going. And that's it. So the Storm adds 1 to their lead. It's 3-1 now in favor of the South Elgin Storm. The 7th inning stretch. Fremd Vikings are looking to make things happen here on your HETV Game of the Week. That first pitch to the lead-off batter, number 20, Austin Jettle, is a strike. So starting pitcher still in for South Elgin. He's looking for a complete game here. So South Elgin didn't get their first runs until top half of the sixth there when they scored 2. And added another one last inning. There we go. It looks like we're going to have at least a lead-off double as he goes in. He's routing, going to third, and he's in there safe. Lead-off triple for the Vikings. Austin Jettle to lead it off here. Way to rally your team, son. That's going to work out well.
Boy, Austin, get him in now.
So the catcher, Ian Bond, is in. First one goes in there for a strike. So it's thrown on, it goes to third. Great play by the third baseman for the Storm. Kyle Hayes gets down there. He's able to keep the runner down there at third. So with one out, we still have a runner at third here. Next stepping up the plate, Mac Rodsman. He's in the batter box now for the Vikings. One out. So looking to at least tie this up right now. That one was a little high inside. Max standing in there with a little bit of confidence, hoping that he could make something happen for his team here. And there's a strike. So it looks like Mac's going to make the pitcher work for him. See how deep he can make him go in the count. Swings on. Swing and a miss. Swings on, that one's up in the air. Second baseman calls that one. So Kramer is able to get that one down. We got 2 outs. So we still have that runner on third. Matt Gura stepping up. See what the left-handed batter can do here.
Hey.
That one's a little bit low. So 2 outs and a runner on third here. Team down by 1 run. Is that one? And there you have it. We are here live today in Palatine for this baseball contest, and we appreciate you tuning in here to HETV for your game of the week. So on behalf of myself and the crew and everybody else out here today, I'm Jeff Randolph. Thanks for watching the game today. Have a great day.